That's the thing I'm doing currently on Twitter is I'm trying to advertise the show to our American listeners, being like, now's the most affordable time to come.
Yeah, no, it's great. There's a lot going on.
Do a live show of our podcast in Berlin. Now's the most affordable time.
What's up? Big time Tommy here. The euro's at an all-time low. Do you want to go to Berlin and see a podcast?
Yes.
I did like someone just posting that that screenshot from National Treasure being like, when the euro and the dollar reach parity, it's just Nicolas Cage being like, I'm going to buy the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
Is this like a planetary parade? Like when they align, there's something bad happening?
Yeah, when every currency is
aligned.
perfectly aligned.
Turns out we all
That's
really
when the gates
need...
of hell open. Or
We all really need gas and grain. Fucking turns
We do?
out.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yo, crazy shit.
Essentials, huh?
Oh, fuck.
Well, it's like that.
It's like people learn a lot about essentials these days. When they,
Yeah,
after
yeah.
the pandemic, now this.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. My essentials are that gas, but by that gas I mean
The weed.
that weed. A fifth of vodka in a car.
I want a very esoteric energy company in Berlin where like all my energy is provided by just like one guy getting absolutely tuned up.
But maybe
It's
just refuel your car with like alive water.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
You know?
Did you ever watch Shaws of Sunset?
No.
I know of it, but I have never
What does it
watched
do?
it.
Shaws of Sunset is a brilliant show. Also, maybe one of the very problematic, like
It's a reality show about like Californian Persians, right?
exactly, yeah. And it really
Shaws.
Shaws of
yeah,
Sunset.
Shaws of
Yeah.
Sunset. It really banks on the fact that this show might be racist, but it's okay because they're really rich Persians, which makes them like that cusp of white. That's okay. But there's like,
Money makes you white.
yeah.
I mean,
Low key.
I mean,
in the census, they're still considered white in the U.S.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
yeah, true.
But there are obviously exceptions to this rule.
Yeah,
but
I know.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
there's one of the characters on the show is this like super esoteric girl. And this is in the first or second season, and she makes a water company that's just like marketed as diamond water.
Damn, I watched this.
Yeah.
I watched that with you.
Oh, the Diamond Water
Yes.
episode.
I watched. You showed me.
Yeah.
I don't know, like years
Yeah.
ago. Or
Oh,
something like
Shaz von Sonnensätze.
Oh yes,
I love that show.
Yeah, Schaas von Sonnenuntergang.
that. Stars von Sonnenuntergang. Yes.
Yeah, that's all. Like, but
I love Sonnensetzen. I think we should call it that.
Yo,
instead.
Sonne ist gesetzt,
Ja, die
Toby.
Sonne setzt gerade.
This is me speaking German.
I feel that she could somehow solve climate change and the energy crisis.
Yeah, I think
That
so, too.
level of
diamond water, yes.
yeah, because the entire thing is that the water is filtered through diamonds. Diamonds don't filter, in case you're wondering.
No, it's very hard to put things
There's
through a
nothing
diamond.
going through it. Yeah, exactly.
It is-
But it touched a diamond.
Yeah.
yeah, it's the coolest shit. Like that was like, and the thing is too is that then this water still exists. Like this company, if I'm not mistaken, still like is around. I think it's probably only like
How?
because people
How
in
did this-
LA are stupid.
How did this succeed? But 50 cents vitamin water did not.
What if 50 Cent cashed out on that? He made so much fucking money
Well,
from vitamin
good.
water. Yeah, no. 50 Cent has plenty of money.
Good. I'm happy for him.
Vitamin water still exists too. Like,
Is that raw water company still going?
I hope so. Yeah.
The water that was just like not
It was just like
filtered
Not
through,
filtered.
not
You
even
you can
through
just go to a
diamonds.
fucking river and drink.
Yes,
Yeah, it
that's
is-
what they were selling.
Well,
It's the
I
exact
prefer
opposite.
alive water. You know, that's the one. That's the like living water.
I found-
you
yeah.
know? I don't know what it actually
Yeah,
does
it's
or
what-
means, but it's smart too. It's smart
Oh,
water.
It's also smart.
Smart water sucks ass.
Smart water.
Smart water
It's
is
actually
bullshit.
against
Alerts.
the Geneva Convention
Yeah.
to drink this water. It is sentient.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't do that. It's
Smart
Yeah,
water.
You didn't drink-
yeah, true. Yeah.
it's like eating a
Yeah.
dolphin. You can't do it.
Yeah, you can't. You know, if
Can't
you
drink smart water.
if you drink smart water, you're drinking like what is considered in like what 20 something states a living being.
Yeah. The Supreme Court actually passed that recently.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
No.
Oh, But yeah.
One other thing, this is just a Euro vibe before we get into like the real serious stuff, is that someone brought this to my attention a long time ago, and I ignored it because I didn't really understand the vibe. And until now I do, because I've realized that he's right about everything.
Okay.
And this is Martin the Wassersommelier. Do you know about him?
Oh,
on TikTok?
Martin. Yeah, great review on Saskia.
Yeah.
I do not know this person.
Martin is someone tried to describe him to me like that that he's similar to Jeremy Fragrance energy, and it's no, like he's not.
No one is similar to Jeremy Fragrance.
No, Jeremy Fragrance is on
unique.
Yeah. The fact of it though is that then I found it funny that
Martin isn't as nuts.
Martin's just German.
Yeah,
he's just really German. And he's a water sommelier, which is like, I realized like that's a really dumb occupation until I realized.
Like sommelier?
Yeah.
Oh.
I realized that it's in the U.S., so the occupation makes perfect sense because like, your water tastes like chlorine half the time.
True.
But yeah, all I can say is if you want the truest Euro vibe of, if you're unfamiliar with the sense of how I think I've talked about before about how Germans hate hydration, but they're obsessive with water.
Yeah.
In the sense that they love their bubbly water, but they don't like the like fake Mineralwasser. They like that good shit, you know? Like even you go to like get like the brand, like the generic store brand of bubbly water here.
The 1.5 liter?
Yeah.
Great.
For like 20 cents or whatever. And it's like still like, you know, from a spring somewhere in Germany, you know, like Germany's really good about this.
We have a lot of springs.
Springs.
Yeah.
And we filled them the fuck with Kohlensäure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
we fucking
Kohlensäure in there.
This is the real link up between Germany and Israel. It's just like all these natural springs is being filled with soda streams.
Oh my god.
Yo.
There's just someone who's like pushing the button all the fucking time and it's just sprudelt down the hill.
Just like this giant soda stream in the middle of like, I don't know, Saxony-Anhalt, and it's just like
the giant soda stream.
Yeah, we give the Israeli government half of Rheinmetall for this.
That's right. Yes. Just this is fucking ancient alien shit right here. Is that then the Nazis were trying to build the world's largest soda stream to take it with them to the moon.
They were going to turn all of the Antarctic ice into like mineral Wasser.
Yeah. Exactly. But so the only thing I was going to say is that then I thought that Martin the Wassersommelier was funny until I went to the U.S. and realized that he is right about everything. And I actually watched some of his videos of which waters can I drink in this country.
That's good.
That is not ripping me off for like, you know.
Where you prep when you go back to Arizona, basically, is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. That's all I wanted to say is that if you want a good Euro vibe of a German man being way too obsessive about something that then only Germans would be obsessive about.
Sure.
It is Martin.
Now I really am craving mineral water.
See? You see?
We did it.
We did it. The
on
one,
that
yeah.
Cold, fresh Saskia.
Yeah.
In the studio, you can pay €1.50 for a beer, but it's €5 for mineral water. That's how they get you. Hey, welcome to your weekly corner, Späti. It's me, Kieran. I'm joined by Julia.
That's me.
And Nick.
Hey, it's Spider. That's what I called myself last week.
Spider?
Yeah, I asked Kieran to call me Spider last week, so I'm sticking with that.
What does that remind me of? Is there a movie or somewhere?
Probably. Yeah.
Spider-Man?
Spider. No, it's...
I love that bit where Tobey Maguire's like, call me Spider.
No,
Peter Parker's not my name anymore. It's Spider-Man.
No, it's just Spider, which is separate from Spider-Man.
Saying that to Mary Jane, that's her name, right?
Yeah,
It's like,
Spider and
call
weed.
me Spider, babe.
No reason. Anyway, do you see the Spider-Man in the news? Crazy.
Crazy.
Wild.
He's my friend. I can take photos of him.
Yeah, he actually said I could call myself Spider. It's his word. Anyway.
Why is her name Mary Jane? Is she like a metaphor for weed?
No,
Why
I don't
not?
know.
No.
Okay.
It's just that Stanley had a fetish for redheads is mostly it. Anyway. So we have some kind of like serious big stuff to talk about. But before that, I think we have to explain to our audience what happened with Andriy Melnik.
Oh.
Because it's like only now getting like subtitled in English on like and making the rounds on like English internet. So Nick, can you explain briefly as you can, Tilo Young?
I said 2 weeks ago, didn't I? Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
yeah, but
so
there's been an
Really
update
good.
since.
Yeah,
Young.
I
Talk
need to
about
realize. Yeah, I need to realize that there's people who do not listen to every one of our episodes.
Yes.
That's perfectly fine. I'm one of these people because I, again, fugue state. Yeah. So a few weeks ago, journalist extraordinaire Tilo Young
Yep.
interviewed the ambassador of Ukraine to Germany,
Mhm.
Andriy Melnik.
Melnik.
Yeah. And he he kind of low key defended the Holocaust in a lesser, in the quickest way of explaining it. He defended the actions of Stefan Bandera, saying that he never was never an anti-Semite, that he didn't, commit pogroms against the Jews in the Poles. And then Tilo
The thing
Young,
is, he said he never gave the orders or some shit like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Like, kind of like, yeah.
And then
Tilo
Tilo Young
Young was just like,
read an order he gave.
Yeah.
Tilo Young
exactly.
was like, why when the Nazis came in, they were like, hey, like, you're cool. Like, they put
Yeah.
posters up of like, join us.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And like the whole the Ukrainian nationalist idea was to have a homogeneous,
Yeah.
homogeneous, ethnically homogeneous
Yeah.
Ukraine without Polish people and without Jewish people.
The order that Tilo Young read
Yeah.
was not only like, hey, you need to kill all the Jews, it was, hey, you need to kill all the Russians and Poles.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Stepan Bandera is historically a very stupid figure,
Yeah.
mainly because he wanted to have like the same deal with the Nazis that like Ustasha did, but it was just kind of constantly met with resistance of just like, I have to imagine just Hitler reading these messages, being like, letters from Stefan Bandera, be like, no, I'm purposely trying to kill you. like,
what don't you understand about I hate all Slavs?
yeah.
You think you're like...
We only let the Ustashas in because we just kind of claim they're a type of like Austrian that's been tricked into speaking a Slavic language. Yeah.
Yeah. You like Hitler's just like, nope, sorry, Croats, questionable. You are a deep Slav.
Deep Slav.
Because like for anyone who doesn't know, like one of the main Lebensraums that like the Nazi Party wanted was like especially Black Sea coastal Ukraine.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Everyone's interested in that.
Yeah. It's sunny. So yeah.
That's the reason why.
It's not like it's trade.
Yeah, and like
So it's not like an important trade city.
40% of the
Odessa.
world's grain supply, as we're
Yeah.
all learning. So, and then the update to this, because we did mention this a little bit of the story, but the update to this is that Andriy Melnik has been recalled.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is no longer the ambassador.
Step
to Germany.
down, jabroni.
Yeah, and it is
That's my rock jock voice again, just so you know.
for people who don't know Tilo Young, he's kind of like a liberal left YouTuber, and this is pretty much the only reason this happened is because he's like the only relatively not only but like the biggest independent media source in this country.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Everyone watches it.
Like
And he's always asking the tough questions.
yeah, but like I mean, you joke, but I have a
yeah.
I have a hard time imagining anyone at like ZDF would have
Yeah,
asked
yeah,
these
yeah.
kind of questions.
You know,
Especially right now, everyone was kind of like, actually, everyone was defending Melnik all of the time until this, like, I mean, there have been several incidents. Of course. I mean, there was like stuff. I mean,
you don't go onto a YouTube channel to defend like the Ukrainian wing of the Holocaust if you don't have like some other red flags on the way.
yeah, exactly. There was a lot of.
He was
stuff
defending
that-
Azov like when they were barred from
exactly.
weapon shipments from NATO.
Yeah.
When NATO was shipping weapons, but then barred Azov.
Yeah.
This was like post 2014.
Yeah. Like he was ride or die for those guys.
Yeah.
The thing I just find that's really funny too, just a little side caveat about Tilo Young, is if you ever watch the BPK, which is the like tri-weekly meeting that the ministers do in Germany, where it's like a press conference that then journalists go ask questions. They give like whatever. I guess it's like White House press briefings.
Sure, yeah.
But like it's done. They're way bigger. I mean, that there's more ministers.
Yeah,
who
you have
speak.
spokespeople from the different ministries sitting there, like from all of them, like that are relevant at the moment.
Thilo Jung goes to all of them.
Yeah,
that's
true.
and asks sometimes, like not so much anymore. Now he asks a little bit more critical questions, but for the longest time he just was like a one issue kind of guy, which was when's weed gonna be illegal in Germany?
I remember that. Oh my god.
Well, it's on the horizon now, so he can focus on his other
Yeah.
I just imagine Tilo just getting tuned up, being like, "Oh, what happened in Ukraine in the 40s? Fuck, what?"
Does anyone know what's up with Sorry,
Are those flies?
I have a fly on my microphone. With the ambassadors from Ukraine to Norway, Czech Republic, Hungary, and India, because they're also called back.
Oh, I do not know what's going on with that.
So I'm not sure if this is like diplomatic rotation or if they call back because he was like, I cannot only call one back.
Can't make this too
that
obvious.
Weird, yeah. Because Melnik has been in his position for 8 years, which is more than a normal.
Since 2014, right?
Yeah, that's more than a normal like diplomatic rotation, which is 4 or 6 years.
Right.
Yeah, so 8 years is already overstaying your welcome. So Zelensky didn't say any of didn't name any specific reason for calling him back. He's like, it's just routine,
Yeah, he didn't be like, you got fucking owned by a YouTuber. Come the fuck home now.
I fucking told you that.
Well, maybe. Wait, hold up. Maybe this is like big Eastern European brain where YouTubers actually are.
Well, actually, YouTubers are the biggest fucking
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
Political figures in.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah.
We have
Belarus.
Navalny. We have not Kaya because that's his wife.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Navalny also to an extent, right?
Yeah, Navalny. Yeah, totally. Navalny has all of his corruption things on YouTube. All of his little.
Yeah.
It's
episodes of not
it
anymore.
It is interesting, but the thing I think about is just one of the strengths of Ukraine for this whole invasion has been kind of media control, and they're taking it very seriously. Of making sure that the West is still on their side.
Yeah,
and,
that's true. Yeah.
I mean, there's some dodgy stuff. A lot of journalists are just not being let anywhere near the front lines and things like that. But on the other side, they do take their image very seriously. So it could be that all right, Melania fucked up, and they could also know that these are beliefs held by those other ambassadors, and we're recalling you before you fuck up.
Yeah. I mean, there have been reports from frontlines that are forbidden, basically to be shared and shit like that. So they're shared on Telegram channels and shit like that. And I'm not talking the Russian side. I'm talking the Ukrainian side as well. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Back to Malik, just 1 second.
Yeah.
Just to point it out, Zelensky is of course not a fan of
Oh no!
Oh God, no! Yeah, it could also be totally. Yeah,
It's
it could also be totally
for,
personal.
Yeah, it's no, it's not. Yeah, it's not only for media and how Ukraine appears in media. Zelensky has actually done a lot to revoke what was done before by
Poroshenko, the chocolate
Poroshenko, and also
Yanukovych.
The other one. Yushchenko.
No.
Yushchenko.
Yushchenko.
Yeah, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
Yanukovych, Yushchenko, and Poroshenko. Yeah. Okay. Damn, sorry. But has actually revoked some of these trying to reverse history, kind of trying to change memory culture, Erinnerungskultur. Is that?
Yeah. Remembrance culture.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because
trying to make him actually a hero, a Volksheld kind of.
Yeah, that kind of ironic thing that was circulated this week of him back, I think either before he was running or when he was running, talking about not getting rid of the Russian language as an official language of Ukraine and things like that.
Unlike Latvia.
Unlike Latvia,
Never made Russian definition.
I think that's a future episode idea. I'd love to do like a focus on Zelensky purely around like the time that he was running.
Yeah.
Because as it's been said by a lot of people a lot of times, he was like running as a peace candidate.
Yeah, exactly.
And now he's just been put into like a really awful
He was
position.
put into war.
And like I can imagine he would hate people like Melnik because I think it's more likely that Zelensky is going to be killed by someone within the Ukrainian army rather than the Russians.
Oh yeah, the GRU tried to kill him at the very beginning of it and they failed.
All right,
Fun fact. Yeah.
All right.
And then the GRU themselves stopped it.
There
was a person within the GRU who
GRU
killing
That's
Zelensky.
interesting.
CIA West versus CIA East kind of shit.
All
right. So main topic. The main topic that I've entitled "The Damn Economy's Real Again."
Sorry.
Okay, how do we transition away from this? There's a lot of shit going on today. We got like parity between the euro and the dollar, which hasn't happened since 2002 when the euro was invented, basically. So euro has routinely been stronger than the dollar.
That's a great time for Croatia to join.
I know, right? They're joining in January.
Yeah, that's the first thing that went through my head this morning because of having to cover like the Euro group meetings and whatnot of Croatia. Just imagine looking at the Euro post 2008 being a really small Balkan economy and being like, I want in on that.
Romania is also making moves to join.
Yeah, totally.
Why?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you? Like, I'm sorry. Like,
I mean, right now it's actually done quicker than it's supposed to go because of the situation in Ukraine. Actually, because
you mean a monetary union that was put together horribly, where half the countries shouldn't have joined to begin with?
Yes,
you can now join easier.
Yeah.
That then has no independent monetary policy because the 20 economies.
The critical support for acceleration is Christine Lagarde. We're just going.
I mean,
totally.
I mean, the euro makes so little sense economically, and I just can't imagine especially after post 2008, just being like, I want no control over my money.
The configuration of countries that do want to be a part of it and countries that don't are very interesting. Like, and you get like weird divides. Like the Hungarian people want to be a part of it, but the Hungarian government does not.
Surprise.
The Czech Republic does not want to be.
No, Czech Republic is kind of is mostly against it. The Swedish government is for joining. The Swedish people are not. As like a reverse of Hungary. As far as I know, the calculus with like particularly Romania and Bulgaria is that they would benefit from joining, just from like
that your economy then, which is shit, then becomes less shit in comparison to then that you were one of 20.
Yeah, I mean, it's more just like, well, like it's kind of like, qui bono, like it's the people making these decisions are going to become richer. I don't know what like will be like for your average like Bulgarian like gig worker or whatever, like probably not great, but anyway. But speaking of all of that, like France is making very loud comments about like we need to just rewrite everything about how the ECB and the euro fucking works. It looks like we're entering into another like sovereign debt crisis with the ECB now as well.
Hell yeah. You know that they can just like cancel it, which is the funniest thing about that shit.
Yeah. Will they though?
No, of course they won't. That's the thing. That's the thing. That's the funniest shit about all this is that even in 2008, like there was literally not even just like a default of debt, but just like a complete like it's like complicated with the sense of how you'd like move the money around. But yes, theoretically speaking, like debt cancellations of sovereign debts is a thing that just the ECB didn't want to do in 2008.
No, absolutely not. I'm kind of hopeful that this will be the crisis that fucking shakes them up, but I've said that before.
Doubt it.
We've been here before. Very funny interview with Habeck on ZDF heute.
Oh yeah,
where he's just completely fucking doomer, talking about basically how we're in the exact same situation as we were with the like 70s oil crisis, with the exception being like we don't have any homegrown industry anymore, and we've all like overly financialized our economies, and there's nothing to like.
Yeah, that is always such a great idea.
I just realized something just now. You know what? We've made you joke now about the accelerationists.
Yeah.
They like, I mean, we're like legitimately, all right, I don't want to say that then that we're on like, I don't want to sound like too, either too doomer or too stupid leftist that thinks like, oh, we're on the like brink of a different type of society, but like low key, like
on the eve of destruction. What?
well, yeah, that like for real is that it's just kind of funny in the sense that then that all of the promises of neoliberalism, obviously that have been heavily critiqued within the last 2 decades or so.
Yeah.
Like probably since like the big globalization demonstrations against like NAFTA and TTIP especially. And whatnot.
Those were the times.
Yeah, but all of these things that then we're saying like kind of
we were all 10, 12.
Yeah. Well, TTIP was later. TTIP we were all
in
our mid 20s.
Yeah.
But yeah, like all this shit that then surrounding that, all the all the warning signs that then, hey, like if you like a globalized economy isn't the problem. If you entirely strip your country of any type of industry and then just have a hyper financialized economy, and neoliberals are like, no, it's good because like labor is mobile technically, capital is mobile. So yeah,
call it the Baltics model.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, this is like
foreign financial capital is our asset. We base our GDP on.
That's right, baby.
And then
that's worked well for the Baltics.
And then in stark contrast, you have the country with like the lowest inflation this year was like Bolivia, where they like one of the reasons they were able to keep like inflation down so much was they have state-run supermarkets and grain reserves.
Awesome.
And they would just like release bread whenever bread got too expensive.
Release
the bread at like really low prices.
Yeah, but
that's fucking amazing.
That's the thing. That's the thing that's so hilarious about all of this is that then that stupid bullshit of that then how whenever you just let capitalism go a little whenever you let capitalism go a little bit too buck wild, what the fuck do you end up with? It's just like default fascism, which is literally where we are right now. And I hate being that shitty fucking leftist of being like, oh yeah, told you so. But yeah,
doesn't give us comfort.
It's horrible. Like I hate how then we're always right about then the sense of like, oh no, not us. Just typically the left is always right about this thing.
On
like,
aggregate, there's enough opinions in the left that we're
always right in the sense that then it's like, yeah, unfettered capital is going to end up in fascism.
Yeah.
And liberals are like, oh, ha, 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 funny. What are you going on about? And it's like, yes, actually, no, we are going down. The fact of that then just like, well, about Habeck just being one doomer, and then second just being like, yeah, we can't do anything about this. Like Germany has no mechanisms of then dealing with their own crisis now.
Well, what did he actually say, though?
You're not getting money from me.
Well, he said that as well, but on ZDF heute, I mean, I have it all in German. Do you want me to read that, or do you
yes?
I have the machine.
The only one who, Nick. Yeah.
I have the machine translated.
Okay, cool.
It's true in a certain sense. You can compare the phase we are in at the moment with the 1970s and the oil crisis: high energy prices, high inflation. That was actually the case the last time 50 years ago, but then it's not quite comparable because back then we had a very national economy. We didn't have such a globalized world, at least not hyper-globalized, as we find it now. Today, capital, labor, and investments are spread all over the globe. It also follows from this that when a deep crisis grips Germany, it is not necessary to be expected that people will then stay. Or say 3 or 4 months or a year, if you like, we will have an economic crisis. Then we will continue as before because the capital to the investments, the market of the future, may then take place elsewhere. So he's like talking about capital flight, basically. And
beautiful.
Like, damn, we set up the situation for capital flight.
Hell yeah. You know that, your government can literally prevent that from happening. Like crazy, right?
No, look, he's got blinders on. Of course he doesn't think that.
No, obviously. Capital just stays where it wants to because it's nice, right?
Yeah. We'll get to that.
Natural forces.
Actually, yeah, that is exactly what happens. Why did I make a joke? It goes to wherever they can just. I mean, that's why Bitcoin became so popular after Venezuela had a crisis.
Yeah. But on a side, on like possibly silver lining, but also an indication of things being kind of fucked. Everywhere is on strike. Rail workers in the UK, with doctors and nurses probably following. Airport workers and pilots in Belgium, France, Norway, and soon the UK. The Norwegian workers' strike brought down SAS, causing them to file for bankruptcy. Yeah. Allegedly, like, I mean, that's what they're claiming. It's because of the strike. I imagine there's other issues.
I don't know. I'm gonna give power to the workers there. Yeah. Way to go, guys.
Turkish healthcare workers are also on strike because related to like cost of living crises and stuff, but also because a doctor named Ekrem Karakaya was shot dead.
Oh, why?
The son of a woman he did I believe heart surgery on that didn't make it, just stormed into the hospital and killed him, blaming him for her death. So that was like what caused it. Like, we need better protections, but then also it's like, but while we're here, everything costs so much now.
I mean, yes.
Especially with Turkey, with their fucking like Bitcoin ass currency.
Oh yeah, there's some. I mean, Turkey has been at it for a while now.
Yeah,
like,
Turkey, early adopter of the
hyperinflation.
Of the hyperinflation.
Yeah. They were on it. You know what? Like, for everyone else, it's a mood. For Turkey, it's a vibe. Maybe even a wave, if you will.
Damn.
It's inflation wave. It's just
it's not just a phase, okay?
Posters of Erdogan's son-in-law in your room. Be like, shut up, mom.
It's not a phase.
Norwegian oil workers also went on strike and did a work stoppage, which the government intervened on because
I wonder why.
The energy crisis that's currently happening in Europe. Yeah.
Also, their entire economy is based on
oil. Absolutely. We should watch that Norwegian TV show where they're like occupied by the Russians because they elect a green government that threatens to like halt all oil production. So Russia invades and Europe basically gives it the green light. That's the plot of this show. Wow. It's a Norwegian show called Occupied.
Yeah, Norway's way too confident in Europe.
But anyway, it was forced arbitration, which is basically the government comes in and kind of agrees with like a kind of comes up with like a halfway point. So they got a 3.5% increase in wages, which is minus 2% in real wages due to inflation. So that's fun. And it's also, I was talking to some of the people from Brother Fulken's pod. They were saying that like this has become a strategy of a lot of companies and employers who think any like civil or any strike will result in forced arbitration because the government pretty much 90% of the time sides with the employers.
Oh yeah.
When they intervene. Yeah.
That's the whole shitty thing in Germany.
Yeah. Similarly, we've got France coming in to nationalize the EDF, the nuclear power company, because of the energy crisis that we've mentioned so far. And another great sign of the times of this new economy is we've already got the first announcements of heat rationing in Berlin.
Yeah, hooray.
Woo. It's going to be a cold winter.
God damn it. They made that horrible fucking meme, right? Like, they made it exist.
Yeah.
Well, good like, that I'm used to it. Sorry, the meme.
Oh, no, just the meme about like, I'm going to wear my sweater to fight Putin.
Oh,
like, now you have to.
Yeah, now we have to.
Maybe I wanted to put my heat on 5 forever.
Funny thing is, I used to not.
That's the real accelerationist move.
I used to not use my heater that much in winter because I wanted to, when I was still a student, I wanted to get money back every time in January.
That Betriebskosten.
So I'm totally used to this. So I don't know what about you. You are going to look for one of these heat rooms they're going to set up? Yeah. Not with me.
Julia has gone full Bane mode. You live in the cold. I was born in the cold.
Yeah. I don't have gas heater, so I'm fine.
Yeah, fair enough.
I am on, actually, I don't know.
What are you on?
I have an oil heater.
What?
That's probably not great either.
No, it's not good. No. It's like a central heating system, but oil is the.
Now I miss this weird stone that I had in my first flat here in Berlin. that needs several hours to heat up, it's a stone. It heats. I don't know how it heats up.
This seems like
You can't regulate it either.
this seems like homeopathy shit.
It was.
You put
I
it
don't
in
know.
the sun, yeah.
No, it was a stone. It was a. I don't know.
I'm just amazed that Germany.
But you couldn't
like,
regulate it. So if you want it hot, well, you gotta wait for a few hours, and then it's gonna stay hot for a few hours. You can't turn it down.
How does this country have predominantly all houses on gas heating?
It's always well. I mean, we've talked about this before. Germany's just like insane energy policies since like.
But
Yeah.
am I? I mean, all right. I'm from a place where you don't need heat, and I'm really weirded out by the fact of that. Then let's just like. I mean, I was always under the impression that gas heaters were super old, like that type of radiator that Germany has everywhere.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah. You can just keep going with them though. Like they weren't phased out.
No, in some countries they were though. Like in France.
Oh yeah, they were.
Like,
yeah, but
like
in Germany, no. Yeah. I
mean,
mean,
France mostly have like electric heating or whatever.
it's nuclear again. I think, or like electric heating.
But I
from
mean, like
nuclear,
it's
yeah.
not like. Well, yeah, but the electricity comes in through the. Like,
Yeah,
you're not
yeah.
having boiled water from a nuclear plant just like rushed over to your house.
But yeah.
But then you also have like the UK and Ireland is also primarily gas, but there's like offshore gas reserves in Ireland and the UK,
Oh, okay.
like in Scotland and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
And I was always under the impression that like like heaters are electric, but in Germany they're not.
Nope, gas heaters. And so advice to anyone in Berlin is to join a renters protection association because you are still legally allowed to have an apartment at 20 to 22 degrees.
Well,
And-
yeah, if you pay the same fucking rent and they're not heating sufficiently, like heating your flat.
Yeah, but Vonovia has already said that they're turning down the heat in apartments that it owns, saying that they're going to try limit the heat to 17 degrees between 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. With what is the other thing? They're also saying that like water won't be affected, but hot
Water
water
is affected, for example, in my apartment sometimes. I can't, like, from a certain time of the day, I can't take a warm shower anymore.
Yeah. Well, okay, so there's the thing that the corporate landlords say, and then there's what actually happens.
Yeah. What am I supposed to do? After 11, no shower, and before 6, no warm shower. Like sometimes there's no hot water the whole day.
So yeah, so
maybe that's a different problem.
we've talked about it, especially with like Tom from Deutsche Wohnen Co.
Yeah.
The many tricks the corporate landlords have used in the city to like get around various things. So if this is what they're stating publicly, we'll see this like autumn and winter.
Yeah.
What
I'm not gonna
fucking
pay
actually
the whole
happens.
rent if they're not.
Yeah.
I get it. I
gonna-
get saving energy, but also like lower the rent.
Yo,
There's
I have a great idea, guys.
Yeah.
But
Fires inside your apartment.
I think that's awesome. That is an awesome idea.
It's
Actually,
gonna be like you're gonna
but-
find me like in that Always Sunny episode
it-
where they put a fire in the back of the truck and
The
they all
gang
just pass
tries-
out from carbon monoxide poisoning.
The gang tries primitive heating. Actually, they're setting up like heating rooms in like Germany, and I don't know, in Berlin as well. Maybe I don't know.
That's just silly.
It's
What-
like
what is
gonna
the
be like
concept?
it's a hall where there's heat and there's a bunch of people that
Fuck
can
off.
you can all go there.
So you mean that they had this the entire time and up their sleeve, and then they
No,
have,
no,
like,
no.
No, that's a new idea.
Germany's invented the dry sauna. So
Oh, wait, so but
Exactly,
no,
it's
but
a dry
this is, This
sauna.
is the thing that's just
It's
so
also funny how you can do that now, but what if
Yeah.
with all the homework?
exactly.
during
It's
the
exactly what I'm
winter?
saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, now it fucking matters because like, oh, boo hoo, Russia make me heat my house at 17 degrees Celsius, which is still like, to be fair,
Still okay.
still fine.
Yeah.
I don't give like, but like, oh yeah. Now this magical trick up our sleeve is that then we can do public heating in places.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, then what is this thing of like the Kältebus and like all
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
you
All the
know,
people that don't
yeah.
get heat in winter. I
we
don't
will see what happens. Because again, I'm going back to this is what they're stating they're going to do.
Yeah.
Let's see what they actually do.
yeah, no.
All right.
Similarly, but also more apocalyptically,
Oh, yeah.
water rationing is occurring in basically all of Southern Europe. The Po River Valley in northern Italy has dried up.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen footage of it.
It's upsetting.
Yeah, it actually has been like had droughts like the years before.
Yeah.
Actually, but like this is like extremer than the years before, and I mean also the years before are probably also like climate change, like effects of climate change, etc. But it has been going on, but now it's like
it's gone really bad.
We're in a really bad drought here too. Like everyone forgets that Berlin Brandenburg has like had a horrible drought for like 10 years, which Elon Musk is making worse because he is taking I forget how many billions of tons of water a year. That then he is like Brandenburg has been a water rationing for the new plant in Brandenburg. The new Tesla plant. They've been on water rationing for the past 6 months now.
The one you really hear about is the like, please do not barbecue this summer in Brandenburg because they're so afraid of like forest fires because it's so dry.
Yeah. But also with the water thing is that then the majority of their water goes to Elon Musk.
Yeah.
And I hate that.
The people have been having to water ration now for about half a year.
I hate that so much.
Yeah. So if you want to do the everyone a favor, get rid of that dumb Tesla factory that I don't think has made a single thing yet.
Well, hopefully this new economy will like destroy him.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're like Po River Valley is also responsible for a lot of like Italian food production, hydroelectric energy. I believe it's like 40% of their electrical grid comes from like the river running. We're seeing similar stuff in Portugal where like 97% of the land area is under extreme drought conditions.
Yeah, they're having forest fires right now as well.
Oh, absolutely. And the fun thing that's actually causing that is the avocado boom.
Oh, damn!
Because Portugal has started growing avocados, and avocados are really water intensive.
Avocados are bad.
Yeah, they're
bad for the environment.
And then 17 localities in Spain, namely northern Spain, like Catalonia and parts of the Basque Country and northern Valencia, are also doing like water rationing. Uma talked about it actually a little bit last time she was on. So that's kind of like the state of affairs now.
Looking good.
I know, right? So
nothing apocalyptic here.
And then we have to ask the question, like, okay, so this new economy is going to suck. Should we start to miss the old one?
No.
Oh.
Yes.
Because there's a fun thing that I want to talk about now, which is the Uber leaks. I don't know if
Uber leak.
The Uber leaks.
So when you say like, it sounds like an American or English speaking person trying to say Uber. So it's like Uber leaks. Like it's a like
super leaks.
Yeah, super leaks. Exactly. Wow, super leaks. Okay.
So, okay. Last time we talked about leaks on this podcast, me and Rob kind of came to this like sweeping conclusion that if you don't understand that this is how things have always kind of like operated, then you're kind of a fool. But it is nice to get all the gossipy details. And this is Uber being like, I think, the quintessential exemplar of post 2008 company, like completely staffed with like ex Obama aides, made it through like crazy venture capital and like no interest rates, liquidity, like is responsible for this company like existing basically. But we got a huge leaks of like internal memos and emails and texts and stuff from it was eventually revealed Mark McGann, who was their chief lobbyist in Europe. So we got a lot of little European details, and we can go through this. So
I know nothing about this, so I'm really excited, except for that Macron is tied up in this.
Oh, yeah. And there's been an update on that just on my phone now, so I'm excited to talk about that.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I purposely did not read the notes on this part so I could come in here like a dumb little baby.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So, okay. I can give you an example of some of the texts sent. Most of these are from Travis Kalanick, which is
Travis Scott, sorry.
I was thinking the same thing. God fucking
Sorry.
Yeah.
Travis Kalanick, who is one of the...
Oh, shit, I know that guy.
Yeah. He's a founder and then was like president of Uber during this time.
Yeah.
So here's like 3 texts from him. 11:37 a.m. at the Intercontinental waiting for Biden. ... Who is late. 11:38 a.m. I've had my people let him know that every minute late he is 1 minute less he gets with me.
What the hell is this? Wow.
So this guy is.
Listen here, Jack. I don't know what an Uber is or a.
That's crazy. That's something like.
And after this meeting that he had with Biden, this was at Davos in I don't want to say 2013 or 2010. No, 2011. Sorry. Biden last minute edited his speech to say,
"We love Uber."
Freedom to work as many hours as they wish, manage their own lives as they wish, in reference to
"We love Uber."
We love Uber. Yeah. So yeah, basically this is the whole Uber leaks is perfect outline of how like business will just treat and get into the pocket of like every elected official. Which again, if you're a leftist and listening to this podcast, this shouldn't be surprising, but the details are nice.
Yeah.
In one exchange, so this is directly from Guardian about this. In one exchange, Kalanick dismissed concerns from other executives that sending Uber drivers to a protest in France put them at risk of violence from angry opponents in the taxi industry. Quote, I think it's worth it, he shot back. Quote, violence guarantees success.
Oh my God.
It was a playbook that leaked emails suggest was repeated in Italy, Belgium, Spain, Switzerland, and the Netherlands.
I'm sorry, is this Uber or is this like a fucking passage from NATO's secret army?
Yeah, seriously.
Exactly what I read in the notes.
Violence guarantees success.
This is exactly what I read in the notes. In brackets, Uber doing strategy of tension shit.
Yeah, totally. Oh my God.
Because like after that shit happened in like the Netherlands, the next day, a whole bunch of Uber sympathetic articles were coming out being like, look at all these irrational taxi drivers causing violence and stuff like
bullshit.
that.
Yeah. Well, you can't do that to Germany though.
Well, we'll see about that.
Taxi driver lobby. Like,
Anti-Uber partisans gather.
Sorry.
Gather at Syntagma Square.
Oh my God. This is wild.
Like literally, like Uber murders like fucking what's his name from
Uber troops kill 13 Greek partisans.
Pretty much, yeah. So this was kind of like the thing that would happen when I think anyone remembers 2012. There was a lot of like anti-Uber protests as they were aggressively expanding into Western Europe, where taxi drivers were unionized to a certain extent or had like great deal of worker protections, stuff like that. So
it was that bit where like for those who've been in Germany for a hot minute, where like it was like not here.
Yeah. And like
and
still
that's what I said.
Yeah,
do that to Germany because German taxi drivers.
We'll get to the German.
Okay, nice.
We'll get to the German reaction. We'll get to like the list of patsies that Uber had. But to other things about like Uber. According to the leaked messages, Uber was aware of its quote other than legal status in most European countries, and.
That was their word.
Yeah.
Other than legal.
Other than legal. Yeah. They were very aware that they were doing like
illegal shit. That's what you can call it.
when Uber death squads.
Sorry, we're above the law.
Like the Uber Sandinistas. Yeah.
Exactly.
So let's see. Several European offices implemented a system that was referred to as the kill switch. A process that would cut the office off from main shared drives if being raided by the authorities.
What?
So basically there was something controlled by a lot of like senior management's phones where they could press a button to let like IT staff know, hey, disconnect, this office in Amsterdam from like the central servers that contain all of this. Probably like, hey, we're doing illegal shit.
Jesus. So this legit is then the sense of, they've broken through the first gate of the U.S. Embassy. Let's just start torching everything that then shows that we've been overthrowing this. Like, this. How is it that this company has the exact same playbook as literally the CIA?
Yeah.
Well, I learned it from watching you, Dad. Like, I mean, again, all Obama aides work former there's
this is the thing though, is that then normally whenever like leaks like this come out, like the biggest example as of late has probably been like the Panama Papers. Like we know like rich people are like hiding money internationally, whatever. Yeah, okay. The offshore bank account is just like a joke almost at this time of them when you talk about like a hyper financialized neoliberal capital. But I like how then all these Obama aides who decided to end up in a company were like, the way that we need to run this is the exact same way that the State Department runs like their international operations.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is another level of just like psychopathic, capital and fascism doing the, bro handshake.
Yeah. I mean, it's also like the sense of, again, the point I'm going to reiterate is I don't think Uber is particularly special in this.
Oh, no. Yeah.
You have to assume, like, I think at regular points, Kalanick describes this as common business practice.
Yeah.
But anyway, speaking of the kill switch in particular, leaked files suggested that this technique was signed off by Uber's lawyers and was deployed at least 12 times during raids conducted in France, the Netherlands, Belgium, India, Hungary, and Romania. Which is also
all the countries that then they're calling back the Ukraine is calling back.
True. Oh my God.
They're all involved in the Uber leaks.
Exactly.
So let's talk about the patsies in Europe. Obviously, one that you've mentioned already, Nick, Emmanuel Macron, Manu.
Hell yeah.
Massively moved heaven and earth to make secret deals in the French parliament to accommodate Uber.
Oh, I bet he fucking did, because which country was going to be more like vehemently against Uber if not French taxi drivers?
Yeah. And also, who's going to be the most for it than the like McKinsey and Co. political party that is
French
like
government.
Yeah.
AKA McKinsey and Co. in like a Givenchy suit.
Yes.
So I give you one incident from 2015. When a French police official in 2015 appeared to ban one of Uber's services in Marseille, Marc Magan, the lobbyist for Europe, Uber's chief lobbyist in Europe, the Middle East and Africa, I should say, turned to Uber's ally in the French cabinet, and they said, quote, "I will look at this personally," Macron texted back. At this point, let's stay calm.
Oh,
texting, that's some private shit. That's some... They're like friends.
On Snapchat.
Yeah, Marc Magan.
Send him a Snapchat.
Marc Magan was on Macron's private Snapchat. So yeah, like not surprising. Like we've talked about Le Republique En Marche a million times before, how that was like a completely like Volt on steroids kind of political party. They're naturally going to be like just kiss the ass of like tech Silicon Valley bullshit.
Yeah, we love it.
Yeah.
I just have like a thing in my head going in the sense of like early Macron being like texting, like how Yulia will get this because she follows him on Instagram very much. But how Lil Uzi Vert's been very like weirdly pretend cryptic.
Yeah.
In case you were wondering.
Yeah. How Lil Uzi Vert's been like weirdly like pretend cryptic on Instagram lately, where he just like flexes the whole time.
Yeah.
I imagine Macron pre-president.
Yeah.
Being that way, where because you remember he thinks he's super smart.
Yeah, he
so
does.
Then Macron,
Jupiterian.
Yeah, exactly.
Journalists don't understand my deep thoughts.
Exactly. Direct quote from the man himself.
Yeah.
I imagine like Macron in this era being like, damn, he crazy, but he gets shit done, and then just like a really like just like a photo on his Instagram story of just like I don't fucking know, like the inside of his office, but like not him.
Yeah.
You know?
Totally.
Exactly.
It'd be like a single slide of like a pie chart that's like completely unsighted.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
And it's just like just like the weird flex shit of just like, damn, big things in the work, money looking good, and then like but like sad face.
Totally.
Exactly. All right, say Yulia's on board.
Yeah.
Yulia's on board for sad boy flexing Macron, aka Lil Uzi Vert.
Yeah.
I like this. All right.
Yes.
So
Le Uzi Vert.
Lucifer.
Lucifer Petit.
Petit Lucifer.
Other willing patsies include former Irish Taoiseach Enda Kenny. Not surprising.
I forgot about it.
Yeah.
Shows how relevant your country is, Kieran.
I know, right?
I don't even know who the current Taoiseach is.
The current Taoiseach doesn't know who the current Taoiseach is. It's very sad.
Isn't it Martin something?
It's Micheál Martin. But
Thank you, yes.
He's referred to, while being Taoiseach, he is referred to Leo Varadkar as the Taoiseach. Twice.
Hell yeah. Ireland, cucked vibes.
He's so cucked. It's embarrassing. Anyway.
Well, they're from the same party, aren't they?
No.
Oh, no, shit, you're right.
He's Fianna Fáil, Leo Varadkar's Fine Gael.
Yeah.
So the other person would be UK's former finance minister, Chancellor of the Exchequer, George Osborne, and Mark Rutte via at the time the Dutch EU commissioner. And one of the leaked messages or information that we got from the Dutch EU commissioner is great because it features a classic Corner Späti character.
Drum roll, please.
Yeah. So in November 2015, Uber and Cruz, the Dutch commissioner, received an opinion from the Commission's ad hoc ethical committee, as they called themselves, stating she should not work for the tech company before her 18-month cooling off period ended in May 2016. You have to wait 18 months after being a commissioner to take a private job. Less than a month later, Cruz tried another approach. This time seeking permission from the then Commission President, Jean-Claude Juncker.
Let's go, baby. I was
Juncker,
waiting for our drunk Luxembourgian to come back.
To take up the role. He rejected her request, too, in a manner that riled up Crows. Quote, incredible, very unpolite, she wrote to Mark McGann, the lobbyist, suggesting, without providing evidence, that the president must have been drunk when he drafted his reply.
Yes! He fucking was, baby, and you know it. And this is where, you know what?
But he still did king shit.
Exactly. This is where, you know what?
Wearing a Nobel Prize. We're just like wine drunk at 3 p.m.
Yeah. I really appreciate,
How does he do that?
Jean-Claude Juncker is so fucked up that he's just like, sounds like he's like the Luxembourgish version of Captain Jack Sparrow. Speaking, and just can't get anything done.
No, this. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yes,
I miss him.
Yeah, so fucked up that he just can't do his job. Like
he also famously can't text. So I like to think that
I want to see that text.
he related it to like an intern who was just like with him or something.
Probably.
Anyway,
I love him.
now.
Oh God, you know what? I miss. I mean, Jean-Claude Juncker, infinitely cursed person.
Yeah,
but I do miss the fact of just like, you know, Ursula von der Leyen has this.
She's just never drunk.
No, she has this really stupid thing where she thinks that people care about her position. Where Jean-Claude Juncker knew that, then he was like,
he had a fake job.
He's like, oh, I can just like ride around in the PJ and just drink all the time. And just shake everyone's hands like just very violently, just at every single EU event.
Just
we
giving
miss him.
kisses left and right.
Yeah, that's all you have to do. Slap people's faces.
I love that one.
Yeah, but any actual like job can't be done.
He was also like the perfect stereotype of what I feel like everyone thinks Europeans are, which is like a small old man with a huge nose, wine drunk in a suit.
Gérard Depardieu.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Oh God.
All right. Then there's the.
I'm a return Europa guy, but only for Jean-Claude.
Only for Jean-Claude Juncker, but Juncker spelled with a V instead of a U.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to get through this a little bit quickly. They did a lot of work to try and aggressively enter the Russian market using a House of Lords member, Peter Mendelsohn, who got them access to the famous Davos party held by Russian metals magnate Oleg Depreska. He would run like these vodka-soaked parties at Davos hotels during Davos, and like this lord got Kalanick in and various other Uber lobbyists and stuff like that. And via lobbying at the event, they met Mikhail Friedman, and they also got access to another like politician, Vladimir Senin, who then heavily persuaded Alexei Usmanov. So that was a lot of capital. They were talking about it quite openly. They actively rejected approaching Roman Abramovich because they thought he wasn't close enough to Putin.
Damn.
Wait, what?
Damn.
Yeah, so they're
Rejecting
idiots.
Abramovich.
Yeah.
So two things: they're idiots, but also shows their motivation. Like they were very happy to work with. Like at this point, like this is like Russia kicked out of G8 era, kind of Russia. So like no moralness, no wokeness that I think a lot of like American conservatives like to.
The guy that just passed, I met him on Tinder.
Woo!
Funny.
Anyway,
I'm leaving that in the show.
Good.
So Kalanick has described everything we just talked about as common business practice, and I like to think that the guy is almost certainly right. I think the only objection that a lot of liberals, including like The Guardian, who's reporting this, has to any of this is just the like kind of like Trump, the vulgarity of what's being discussed.
Yeah, but that's just like you said, typical liberal stuff of like, oh yeah, this is not us. It's like, sweetie, it is.
And also, you may have noticed that like, and also something that they're still releasing stuff, like they're doing a slow release of a lot of the stuff they're talking about. And I have noticed that they've gone in a lot of detail and they've named a lot of names when it comes to like Uber's ventures in Russia. But they still like they had a guy in Germany and they still haven't named his name yet.
They never will.
Probably not.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's a little bit of like the classic like Russia's different kind of thing. Two things that we've gotten updates on though is one, this push alert just came in now. Macron has released a statement saying he's proud of everything he did for Uber. So
damn.
Again, yeah. What did I say? Macron, if he posted, would post like Lil Uzi Vert.
Yeah.
And also the only German piece of information that I think we have so far is that actually Schultz pushed back on Kalanick.
Told you.
Yeah. So not that much.
True social democrat.
While mayor of Hamburg, he met with Kalanick, and basically the only thing he said was, "I still think that like taxi drivers should be paid at least a minimum wage."
Yeah.
And Kalanick,
haha, pussy.
Kalanick went on to describe him as a comedian. Like a clown to not be taken seriously.
Wow.
Damn, I really like.
Now he's a chancellor. How about that?
Well, like if you wanted like Schultz to be involved with your like financial scandal or whatever, you needed to call it like butt poopy or something like that, or like big titty slap or cum-ex or something.
Cum shot.
Cum shot.
But when it comes to taxi driving, no.
No, because like the thing that's really funny with like Schultz's financial crimes things is that then it's all ones that then try to advance German business.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uber, although it has a German name, not really a German name, not a pretend German name.
The Germans still have their kind of like eye on the prize of like, no, we'll only do corruption for us.
Yeah. But foreign companies coming in, actually,
what a mission scandal. Volkswagen's great.
I'm being pretty serious here. Actually, is that in the sense that Germany doesn't like being corrupt with like foreign companies all too often.
Corrupt among ourselves.
Yeah. German. You know what's a really funny thing about this, which is actually really interesting, is that. Ever notice that German companies still all have their headquarters in the tiny towns where they're still from? They never moved to a larger city. A great example of this is Adidas and Puma. That are in these really tiny towns that are like one next to each other. Another one is
that's the German like business dream, is just like starting a small company and being like, one day I'll own this fucking.
But that's the thing though, is that then they have like a sense of like insular security with their corruption because everyone then in the town is like involved in it somehow.
Yeah, you're all complicit.
You know, like there's like Waldorf is like one of the big cities for what's that like computing company?
Oh shit, what are they called? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. They do like very like
it's just software.
It's entrepreneur, like it's business facing software. So it's
But
DAS or something like that.
Some shit like I forget the name of the brand of the
3 letters or something like that.
Yeah, they have an office in Berlin, but their headquarters is in
Same as that, like,
It's
that
in
record,
Waldorf.
that record label that, like, just basically bought, like, there's, like, 4 record label companies now. One of them's German, and it's in, like, a small
Yeah, exactly.
town.
Because everything has to be evil, like Shrek fairy tale stuff. That then the whole town is like the town that fairy godmother owns.
So speaking of, and we're gonna end on this. Speaking of the real victims of the economy, German businesses that have had it tough.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the fintech company Rhubarb.
There's not a fintech company called.
There's a
Rhubarb.
fintech company called
Rhubarb?
Rhubarb, and it was founded 19 months ago on the 11th of July. Or 19 months ago, it was founded, and on the 11th of July this year, it went bankrupt.
Oh, no.
Oh, damn. Rest in peace.
Now, so a part of this was it was a savings app that offered savings plans, roundup on purchases, and there was investment portfolios that you could grow your money. Problem with this is like
My money growing.
these are all features that like N26 does while also being a bank. So
My
like
money a grower, not a show.
yeah. They had like 40,000 customers. They originally were doing like investments into ETFs, which are like these financial instruments that are quite like considered quite safe investments.
Yeah.
But then they pivoted halfway through to like crypto, to a bunch of stuff where you didn't need a crypto wallet. It would all go through like Lithuania via stable coins, which turns out no stable coins are actually that stable.
Damn, it's like
Joke's
an
on
intrinsic
you.
problem of crypto, but whatever.
I know. They've received in total 4.8 million in funding, and 1.8 million of that happened in February of this year, and they've already burned through it all. And
How?
I know, right? And they can't get any more funding, so they've filed for bankruptcy. The thing I'm not mentioning here is the founders of this company are one Fabian and Jakob Schultz,
Yeah.
the brother nephews of Olaf.
Brother nephews.
Well, they're brothers, and they're both nephews of Olaf Scholz, the current chancellor. And I did find out that a lot of this funding came from the fact that they would routinely use the fact that Olaf, their uncle, was
The
finance minister.
at the
Yeah,
time,
we know finance. Our uncle is finance minister.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, my uncle's in so many fucking scandals, bro. double cum, cum shot queen, 420, so much cum, part 4.
Wait a second.
We just find it very funny that he was in a scandal called Cum-X.
I know.
Cum.
Yeah, and Cum. That was another one. Yeah.
Yes.
But
Massive cum shots, volume 8.
so I like shout out to like the German economy uncle magic that's going on.
I love it.
One of the
Uncle that
victims
you
of the old economy dying and the new one being born. So yeah, there you go.
That's the
Olaf
new,
Scholz
that's-
finds himself on both sides of the fence here.
That's a new kind of uncle that becomes chancellor. It's
Yeah.
a finance minister.
We've developed a new type of uncle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Uncle
Finance-
Chancellor.
The like new action figure from Habbo. It's like Uncle Minister, Uncle Chancellor.
Yeah, well, yeah. You flip his head up into fight position, and he goes from finance minister to chancellor.
Oh, damn.
Or I like that like Uncle Minister does sound like a character from like the Donald Duck Lauken books. You have like Scrooge McDuck, and then you have Uncle Minister.
Yeah. It's like the thing of that there was, I mean, I hate to reference such a reactionary show, but it's like where they try to sell the toys to the South Park kids when they're too when they're too into Chipokemon.
Yeah.
And it's like, what about Alabama Man? What about Uncle Chancellor?
Uncle Chancellor.
Yeah. With secret financial minister, grip.
What position will he take? No one knows. Ooh. Anyway.
Can we please get an Olaf Scholz
Uncle Chancellor action
Uncle
figure?
Chancellor
Yes,
action
we
figure
should.
made? There's a place that makes action figures near my work.
There's a
Well, then.
there's a lot of like artsy bootleg action figure artists in Cologne. We could totally make this
Yeah.
Yes, we should.
Uncle
we should.
Chancellor.
I'm down.
All right,
Uncle
yeah.
Chancellor.
If you are an artsy
Yeah.
bootleg action figure designer who
Yeah.
happens to listen to the show and you want to make
Uncle
our
Chancellor.
Uncle Chancellor the action figure, please hit us up. Knowing how weird some people who listen to our show are, this person exists.
Yeah, we
there.
can do this.
You're not weird, you're great.
Yeah, no, I mean weird, obviously in a good sense because you're fucking cool.
I was wrong when I said Cologne is a terribly fucked city.
You never said that. I
don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And also, I think that's the episode for this week. I also want to say thank you to everyone who came out last night. I guess we're recording this before that happened, but we're assuming there was lots of you and you had a great time.
Yo, I hope it's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
actually.
right.
Yeah, I can't believe that happened. You know last night was a fucking movie.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm sorry I wasn't there, guys.
Anyway, we will catch you next week, and the live recording of that episode or that show last night's probably on the bonus feed. So go check that out for the reduced price of €3 a month, $3 a month, $3 a month.
It's the same thing.
Which is the same thing now.
Oh my god! What?
Yeah. Shout out to our currency sucking.
Yeah.
That's funny though because the dollar is not strong right now. So both of these currencies.
So they're both going down.
Down.
The Patreon becomes increasingly greater value the longer it goes on.
Exactly. Yeah. I've taken out dividends to our Patreon account.
I'm hedging against Patreon.
Yeah, I'm hedging against the Patreon account and the fact of just like Yulia as a member. I've also financialized because Yulia has been financialized in a past episode that you weren't on, where Riley financialized you.
What? I've been financialized?
You were financialized.
What? How?
Oh yeah,
you're not really
ago.
here. You're in a trust
no.
in the Cayman Islands.
You are real, but also like I somehow have taken out securities against you.
Oh shit!
The economy's a wild thing.
Yeah.
Fuck.
They'll let you bet on anything if you're rich enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't bet on me.
I'm not betting on you. I'm betting against you.
We've hedged against the Yulia economy. We think Yulia will burst.
Oh no.
The Yulia bubble.
Am I a bubble?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yulia slept in one day and now everyone's without a home due to an overly financialized series of events. Deutsche Bank is finally gone.
Yeah. My economy too financialized.
And with that nonsense, we will see you next week. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Bye.